are amazing. $50 extra in your bank account, amazing. A campfire smoke, amazing. Mosh pit, amazing. Slow dancing with someone you love, amazing. These poets are simply amazing.
Greetings again, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I'm Joe Atticus Inch, and welcome to this week's issue of Poet Love. Got Carmelita out here again, which means it's again that time to talk about the relationship between poetry and music. Today's artist is a little bit different, I'm going to say. Whereas Bob Dylan and Tom Waits have strong ties to the poetry community, and Bruce Springsteen has a lot of influence in the poetry community, as I've seen. Today is really just something of an own personal taste of mine. It's an artist whose music I truly, really do like, and it's mainly because of the lyrics. Whether they can be considered poetry or not, it's again, it's just something of my own personal taste. It's someone who I think is a very good lyricist, and I think that's the true strength of the music. Conor Oberst. Now, many people know Conor Oberst as by another name, Bright Eyes. He is the lead singer and founder of the band. Originally from Omaha, Nebraska, he's co-founder of Saddle Creek Records. Has released multitudes of critically acclaimed albums, performed around the world, has had probably a huge impact on today's music scene, especially in the indie music scene. Has also worked with other bands as the Mystic Valley Band, Monsters of Folk with Jim James, M. Ward, and Desperados. Now, the thing about Conor Oberst is it's a very split thing. With like, if people are fans of Bright Eyes and Conor's other work, they're fans. A lot of people probably see him as just a poster child for the hipster generation. And call me what you want. I may be part hipster, I may be part hippie, I may be part emo, I may be part whatever, but I just like what I like, and I like Conor Oberst music. The lyrics, like I said, it's mainly the lyrics for me. I remember when he released "I'm Wide Awake This Morning" and "Digital Ash" and "Digital Urn" was the first big attention brought onto Conor for me. I heard things about "Lifted" and some of the early stuff. But it was mainly when he decided to release those two albums at the same time that I first got interested, and I got "I'm Wide Awake It's Morning," and I probably listened to that CD months straight. I still listen to that CD. It's just one of the few, not few, but it's one of the CDs that when I feel creatively drained, as I often appear to do sometimes now, it's just something about that album, the feel of the album. And plus, I respect any artist who is not afraid to try new things. I mean, with those two albums where you had "I'm Wide Awake It's Morning," which had a lot more of acoustic guitar, a little bit of a country twang to it, but it was still, I just love that album. I mean, "First Day of My Life" is a little played now, per se, but it's still just a nice little song. It's the way I like to think if should ever fall in love again. "Road to Joy," which is just a fun song. "Lua" is just heartbreaking. Uh, at the bottom of everything, that was just a great album opener when he's just telling the story and then it goes into the music. And "Digital Ash," where and a Digital Urn was just more electronics, little bit of a spotty album compared to I'm Awake This Morning, but still had a lot of great songs, including one of my favorites, Easy Lucky Free, which if you look at my most popular video on my YouTube channel here, it's I don't know, I remember seeing the video for it where he's just staring at, like, drawing pictures on what had to be a plexiglass window in front of him, in front of the camera, and he's just drawing pictures and words going along with the music. I really like that. It reminded me a lot of the Bob Dylan Subterranean Homesick Blues video. So I decided to homage that and did that, and since now 3,000 views later, that's been my most popular video, which I don't mind. I wish it was one of these Poet Love videos, because I feel like I'm doing more with these Poet Love videos than I was doing with that video. But anyway, I mean, from there, you have, let's just get this out of the way right now. I did this with the Bruce Springsteen video. Here are my top 5 favorite Conor Oberst albums. Number 5, Conor Oberst. His first album outside the Bright Eyes name, it was something fans have come to expect. It had a lot of the same Bright Eyes motivations to it, but a lot of new things to show his other influence, such as songs like New York, New York, New York, Moab, I Don't Want to Die in the Hospital. It's just a great, fun album. Number 4, Lifted, or The Story is in the Soil, Keep Your Ear to the Ground. This was the first time many people had actually put a spotlight on Conor Oberst, and it's a fantastic album. Supposedly it's a concept story album, but like many concept story albums, it's hard to follow. But I mean, with songs anyway, like Let's Not Shit Ourselves, Bowl of Oranges, and Lover I Don't Have to Love, it's again just another great another great episode to a fantastic catalog. Number 3, Cassadaga. The album released after the double attack of Digital Ash and I'm a Wide Awake It's Morning. It was another step forward, a lot of great songs, just a great atmosphere to the whole theme of the Cassadaga and the spirituality, and just a fun packaging too. It's one that I definitely listen to a lot. Number 2, Outer South. His first album with the Mystic Valley Band, who was a big supporting band on Conor Oberst, it was just fantastic to see, again, someone of Conor's stardom give up a lot of the spotlight to the other members of the band, having them write songs, sing songs, perform their own songs. And they're all really good. I mean, a lot of them may not match up to Conor, but they all show a lot of great individuality, and I think that's the true greatness of this album. And number 1 is I'm Wide Awake It's Morning. To me, it's just a flawless album. I can listen to this album back and forth on shuffle over and over again. Road to Joy, At the Bottom of Everything, Lua. It's just a fantastic album for the genre that Conor was influenced by. I can't say enough about it. Yeah, number 1 shouldn't have been that big of a surprise. But I don't know, it's just as the times moved on, and out of the 3 other artists I've done, Conor Oberst so far has been the only one I've actually seen live. I saw him after the release of Outer South. He came to Columbus and performed here at a venue called the Wexner Center for the Arts. And he was just so, you could tell that he was having fun. And what I really loved too about, like I said with the Outer South album, was the fact that even though he was a star, he really, you got to give it up to someone who is a star per se in his magnitude and still develops about half the album to his bandmates so they can get the spotlight. I think that's really good, and that's really respectable. And I mean, he's always kind of done that with his friends' bands. I mean, with all the Saddle Creek Records bands like Cursive, The Good Life, The Faint, who he had some, which he all had connections with. I mean, he was in Commander Venus with Tim Kasher, Cursive and The Good Life. He was in The Faint before they were The Faint. Um, I would just say I really can't think of anything else to say. If you have your opinion on Conor Oberst already, that's it's fair enough. If you like him, you like him. If you don't, you don't. But I mean, if you really haven't checked anything of his, I mean, listen to some of his stuff. Maybe you'll find something you like, or maybe you just won't like him. That's totally fine. Um, I mean, you could check out those 5 albums. You know, from Bright Eyes to his solo work to his collaboration work. I just really like him. It's music that I personally can connect to. A lot of the stories that he tells are stuff that I can connect to, and that's just pretty much the most important thing to me when it comes to music. Is can I it when I say an artist is a favorite of mine, is there something of theirs that I really can connect to? And speaking of artists I can connect to, it's time to delve back into the magic shoebox here. Pick out maybe another artist I deeply connect to. It's getting kind of light. I'm surprised. I could have sworn I had more names in here. Interesting. That's all I'm going to say about that. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I am Joe Adkins, reminding you to keep the pens moving, live long and prosper. I will see you next week here on Poet Love. At least it's not another music one.